Hello Internet, my name is Brian Crawford here with gameranx, and I'm here to give you the rundown on all the flicks, turns, and skill moves in FIFA 16. Now, we've got a lot to cover in this video, so I'll skip the rest of the pleasantries and just tell you to pay close attention. To start things off, we're going to be going with a brand new move to FIFA 16. It's called the Balassi flick. For Xbox, you're going to want to press the right bumper, or R1 on PlayStation, then flick the right stick forward, then flick it left or right depending on the direction you want to take the spin. Next up, it's the Elastico and the reverse Elastico. You're going to move the right stick to the left or the right, then backwards in a half circle to the opposite side you first moved it in. Next, I want to go over a couple of the drag backs that you can do. First up, it's the fancy drag back. You're going to press the left trigger or L2 and then move the left stick forward while performing a fake shot, which you can do by pressing the shoot button, then quickly pressing the ground pass button to cancel. Next, it's the fake drag back, and you can do this by pressing the RB or R1 buttons, then moving the left stick straight back and in a quarter circle to the left, then a half circle down and back all the way to the right. Next up, it's the magical Hocus Pocus. You're going to move the right stick straight backwards and in a quarter circle to the left, then a half circle back to the right. This is essentially the same thing as the fake drag back, we're just not hitting R1 or RB. To keep with the theme of similarity, we're moving on to the triple Elastico. It's essentially the Hocus Pocus just in the opposite direction. You're going to move the right stick straight back in a quarter circle to the right, then a half circle back to the left. Next up, it's the Waka Waka. You gotta be standing still to do this move, but you can do it by moving the right stick to the right and in a quarter circle to the forward direction, and then the left stick to the left. You can do the opposite direction to turn the other way. However, there is a variation where you can do this while you're running. You just need to first do a step over, which we'll go over later in the video, then release the right stick and do the Waka Waka proper like you would if you were standing still. The turn and spin move is essentially the Balassi flick without hitting the right bumper or R1. All you're going to do is move the right stick forward, then left or right depending on the direction you want to take the spin. The Elastico chop is one of my favorite moves, and it's really simple to do. All you're going to do is flick the right stick backwards, then to the left or right depending on the direction you want to go. The double touch exit is actually a little bit more difficult. First, you need to be standing still. Then you move the right stick forward, then in a quarter circle to the left, followed by pushing the left stick diagonally forward and to the right. You can do the opposite of each one of these moves to go the other direction. In the first of many moves named after him, it's the Ronaldo Fenomeno. You're going to hold the right stick to the left or the right, then flick it in the same direction you were holding it. In order to do the ball roll fake, first you need to be standing still. Then you hold the right stick to the left or the right, then flick it in the opposite direction you were initially holding it. The ball roll and flick is something you're going to have to do while you're running. First, you're going to hold the right stick to the left or the right, then just move it in the forward direction. The fake Rabona is a little bit difficult to do, but once you get the hang of it, it can be of great use. First off, you need to be jogging. Then you're going to hold the left trigger or L2 and press the lob pass or the shoot button, then the ground pass button, and pull the left stick backwards. In addition to needing a 5-star player, the real Rabona shot also needs to have someone with the flare shot trait. First, you're going to hit the left trigger or L2 plus the shoot button, then you're going to push the left stick in a forward diagonal direction towards the goal. In order to do the running scoop turn, you're going to move the left stick to the left or the right with a quarter turn forward, and then you're going to do a fake shot. This one's pretty easy, just hold the right stick backwards. From a standing position, you can do the sombrero flick by flicking the right stick forward twice, then backwards. Now, onto the 4-star moves. First, another new move to FIFA 16. It's called the heel flick turn. You're going to hold the right bumper or R1, then flick the right stick forward and then backward. Another new move is the fake pass. You're going to hit the right trigger or R2, then you're going to hit the lob pass button and then the ground pass button to cancel. The ball roll cut can be done by holding the right stick to the left or the right, then hold the left stick in the opposite direction you chose. In order to perform the feint and go, you're going to move the right stick to the right or the left, then a half circle backwards to the other side. If you want to do the Ronaldo chop, you can hold the left trigger or L2 and flick the left stick in the left or right direction while you do a fake shot. To do the ball roll chop, you're going to hold the right stick in the direction you want to go, then flick it in the opposite direction you chose. To do this spin move, simply flick the right stick twice diagonally back and left, or back and right, depending on the direction you want to go. To do the simple rainbow, you're just going to flick the right stick backwards and then forwards twice. The advanced rainbow is a little more difficult. You're going to flick the right stick back, then hold it forward, and then flick it forward once more. To do the scoop turn, just be standing still and then move the left stick to the right or left while performing a fake shot. In order to do my favorite move of all time, the Burba spin, you're going to flick the right stick forward and then to the left or the right depending on the direction you want to go. The heel to heel flick can be done by flicking the right stick forward and then backwards. The double touch spin is another difficult one that can actually do wonders for you if you're able to nail the move. You're going to move the right stick to the left, then the left stick diagonally backwards and to the right. You can move the sticks in the opposite direction to turn the other way. The ball hop is pretty easy, just stand still and press the right stick in. And now for the 3-star moves. The fake and go is essentially the 3-star Elastico. You can move the right stick to the right or the left, then backwards in a half circle to the opposite side. For the average player, the roulette is probably the most useful and accessible move on this entire list. All you gotta do is move the right stick backward and do a 3/4 spin to the right or the left depending on the direction you want to go. In order to do a flick up, you just flick the right stick forward 3 times. If you want to do a heel flick, you just flick the right stick forward and backward. And now moving on to the 2-star skills. The first one is an easy one. You can perform a drag back by standing still, pressing RB or R1 and flicking the left stick backward. The Bergkamp flick can be done by flicking the right thumbstick backward when the ball is coming toward your player. It's useful for getting over opponents that are standing behind you. You can perform a nutmeg or a simple runaround by holding the right trigger or R2 and flicking the right stick forward. If you want to perform a ball roll, just hold the right stick to the left or the right. As promised earlier, you can perform a step over by moving the right stick forward, then doing a quarter turn to the right or the left. Conversely, you can do a reverse step over by moving the right stick backward, then doing a quarter turn to the right or the left. Finally, for the 2-star tricks, if you want to do a body feint, just flick the right stick to the left or the right. And now it's the 1-star and juggling moves. A foot fake can be done by pressing the left bumper or L1 and the right bumper or R1 at the same time. To start the ball juggle, you need to be in a standing position. You hold the left trigger or L2 and then start repeatedly tapping the right bumper or R1. If you feel like starting things off a little bit more fancy, you can do a Maluda flick by holding the left trigger or L2, then pressing the right bumper or R1. You can also do a laces flick by holding the left trigger and L2, and then holding the right bumper or R1. To do a reverse toe bounce, you just hold the right stick to the left or the right. If you want to perform an around the world trick, you just turn the right stick 360 degrees clockwise or counterclockwise. If you want to do a Tuzani around the world, then you rotate the right stick 360 degrees clockwise, then flick the right stick up. Another variation to the around the world is the hop around the world. You just hold the left stick backwards and turn the right stick 360 degrees clockwise. In order to do a sombrero, just hold the left stick in the direction you want to go, be it backwards, left, or right. The in-air elastico and reverse in-air elastico can be done respectively by flicking the right stick right and then left, or left and then right. If you want to flick the ball up for a volley, just flick the left stick forward. Well, we've come to the end. That was every single skill move that you're going to find in FIFA 16. What's your favorite move? Or do you prefer to string multiples together? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button. Finally, if it's your first time visiting our channel, welcome! Don't forget to subscribe, because we put out new video content every single day. Thanks for watching!